Welcome to another episode of Guerrilla English. This is Matt, your host. I just want to let you know that this podcast is brought to you by TaxPert. TaxPert specializes in small business and corporate taxes. I use TaxPert for all my business filings. Corporate and business taxes are complicated. Don't try to do them yourselves. It's not worth getting into trouble with the government. I use TaxPerts every month. They are professional, courteous, and speak both English and Korean. TaxPert is great if you need a business address and help with navigating the complex world of Korean tax law. TaxPert also specializes in translation services. So if you have any problems between English and Korean with accounting phrases or anything financial, TaxPert can help you. Kevin, he's the CEO of TaxPert. He's located in Itaewon, and he's helped Koreans and the expat community. He's the best. I love the guy. He's smart, ethical, and just generally a great all-around accountant. You can email them or call them. Their email is kevin@taxpert.kr. That's KEVIN @taxpert.kr. Or give them a call at 010-6833-2903. And they'll be able to help you with everything and all your accounting needs. All right, so moving on. Today's podcast is about the current Japan boycott and its effects on Korea. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Thanks for downloading. Bye-bye. All right, everyone. Welcome to the Guerrilla English podcast. This is me, Matt Sam, and I'm here with Kelly.
Hi, everyone. So today, I'd like to ask you some questions. Everyone, and Matt, do you have anything that you use with loyalty? I mean, are you loyal to any kind of products made by Japan?
Okay. Yeah, so today we're talking about the Japanese boycott. I'm not really loyal to any products from Japan. I have a 9-year-old son, and he does not like spicy food. So I buy him the Sapporo ramen. And so if all the Korean companies, if they'd like to make a miso-based ramen, I will buy that. But until then, I'm buying Sapporo. And I also just moved apartments. And so I've got this kind of crazy old man neighbor across the street, and he yells at people. So I just bought some Japanese beer, and I put it in his trash, and so people could see it. So they'll get angry at him, not me. But no, I'm not really loyal to any Japanese products. I drink mostly like American beer or European beer.
So you already know about this boycott stuff which is going on. Yeah, unfortunately, I've been loyal to certain products for my hair stuff and then makeup. But yeah, I decided to cut it out. But yeah, what's going on here is a big boycott toward Japanese products. This is actually this was caused by all these political issues, right?
Right.
And then Koreans now see it as a economic retaliation because we think this is very unfair export restrictions. So what's going on simply is like all those key to high-tech materials for semiconductors are now getting restricted to export to Korea, and which is going to be a big hit to Korean industry. So now everybody's angry. Everybody's very angry. So we just saw all those a website called NoNoJapan. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've seen some of the posts on Kakao, and people are using it on Instagram a little bit. I've seen it, but I have not seen the website.
So what you can see there is all the products that's made by Japan, and then all the replacement that you can get instead of those products.
Okay.
So Korean products, including all European products, maybe American products, but not Japanese. So it simply shows all those information for that. And then we see a lot of screenshots on SNS saying that I've just canceled the travel to Japan. Those kind of things have been now trending now on SNS. So I guess it's growing. It's really growing fast, and now a lot of news shows that the decrease in their revenue. So definitely acai is out of the shelf. Off the shelf, a lot of marts and big markets decided not to sell. And then, of course, all those tourism industry is now getting hit. And then, or other like Uniqlo is one thing that we really try to avoid as well. So this is a big deal now here. But I guess there has been a lot of this kind of boycotts in other countries as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had boycotts in America. So we have the word boycott. I want to talk about the girl-cott. Girl-cott was when Abercrombie and Fitch, they made some T-shirts with some sexist words on it, like over a woman's chest, or they talked about weight gain or weight loss. So the women got very offended by the writing on the shirts, and they called it a girl-cott, when girls stop buying something. Mm-hmm. So if there's a feminist issue, that's not a boycott, it's a girl-cott. It's kind of slang we use. Mm-hmm. And then also, we've had other boycotts, for example, like after 9/11, when America started to attack Afghanistan and move into Iraq, France did not support us. So we had the French ban. So people stopped drinking French wine. And then they also wanted to change some of the words. So for example, French fries turned into freedom fries.
You said freedom fries?
Yeah, freedom fries. So we didn't want to say the word French, so we turned it to an American word like freedom. So, but then it got a little complicated. So French doors are doors that kind of open equally, that have windows on them. And then what are you going to call it, like French kissing or freedom kissing? It sounded quite stupid and nationalistic. But still today, if you go to a restaurant and order freedom fries, it's kind of like a joke. We laugh about it a little bit.
Uh-huh. Or was it successful?
It was successful for about, I remember, a few weeks.
A few weeks?
Maybe 2 weeks. But nobody, I mean, people stopped drinking French wine, but nobody stopped eating French fries. Americans love French fries.
Yeah, exactly. And not many people are ready to quit French kisses, I guess.
Right. And and French fries, I mean, everyone fries potatoes and eats them, so they're not necessarily French. So it didn't make a lot of sense. And then, recently we had in the National Football League, we had a player named Colin Kaepernick. He kneeled during the national anthem to protest the treatment of African Americans from police officers. Mm-hmm. And people stopped. There was a call to boycott Nike, but actually he came out with his own pair of shoes and had the opposite effect, and people supported him. Mm-hmm. And sales went up and Nike shoes went up. Also, we have something called like a sex boycott or sex strike. It started with women in Sudan to try to stop war. They stopped having sex with their husbands or boyfriends. So another actress, Alyssa Milano, has recently called for a sex strike or boycott. And then also boycotts have been successful with certain groups of people. So the LGBT community, which is the lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans community, they started their own boycott, I believe in the 70s, started by Harvey Milk, who was a politician. So Coors Beer, they did not want to hire homosexuals in their union. So the gay people got together and dumped out all their Coors Beer and stopped buying it. And it affected their sales so much, Coors caved in and decided to hire homosexuals in their union.
So it was very successful.
Yeah, it was very successful. So when you have a group of people that get together and they stay loyal to the cause and they're dedicated, it can have a huge effect on companies. So the LGBT community also has boycotted Chick-fil-A because they oppose same-sex marriage. And also there's a call for the Beverly Hills Hotel. The Beverly Hills Hotel is owned by the Sultan of Brunei, where in Brunei homosexuality is illegal. So the LGBT community banned it. Then many celebrities have also called to ban the Beverly Hills Hotel. So they've lost a lot of business because of the boycott.
So how long do you think it's going to take to make one boycott successful?
I don't know. I mean, like, we have an expression, like, nobody gets ahead by looking behind. Mm-hmm. It means that, like, even though something bad happens to you today, you shouldn't really focus on it. You've got to keep looking forward and moving forward. Because, I work with a lot of executives at companies. I work with a big food company, and I work with a cosmetic company. And not only is this boycott affecting Japan, it's affecting Koreans. So, for example, for the food company, Japan has now boycotted Korean packaging or Korean writing or Korean pop stars in the packaging, and this is causing a lot of trouble in these departments. And if the boycott goes on, they're going to have to lay off people and they're going to have to fire them. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think on both sides, if you have people working in companies and they're supporting families and they're losing their jobs by the thousands, is it worth it to keep this what we call a pissing match up or a pissing contest?
Pissing contest?
Yeah, so like a pissing contest is when two children, it's slang, and they pee, and who can pee the farthest or the fastest. But we use it as slang now. It's like, who can boycott more? Or, I'm not going to buy Japanese products. Well, I'm not going to travel to Japan. Well, I'm not going to travel to Korea. And it just escalates and escalates, and it's really not that productive. So, I just think it's kind of like it's a pissing contest, and it's just going to end up bad for both sides.
So we can use this word pissing contest when we talk about certain childish, maybe unproductive kind of contest, which goes further and further.
Right. It could even be if you're in a rivalry with someone in your office. You could just, you spread a rumor about someone, they spread a rumor about you. It just keeps going on, and nothing happens. And then, like, yesterday I heard an interview with the CEO of Kiwoom Securities, and he talked about the danger of this, because if foreign investors see that Japan is being boycotted, well, if that country, if it's France or Madagascar, America, Mexico, whatever, if anyone offends the Koreans or if there's any problem, their products will be boycotted as well. So foreign investors might be a little hesitant to invest in Korea.
Makes sense. So we got to think about both sides, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then, also, it can't be, the boycott, I think, has to be absolute, and you have to be all in. Now, so like absolutism means you're in 100%, or if you're all in, it's a gambling term. So you're pushing all your chips in the middle, and you're going to bet all your money. So, for example, if you're not drinking Japanese beer, fine. But if you have a cell phone, it probably has that gas from Japan in it. So you should probably smash that, or smash your TV. I also looked up Pornhub the other day. In Korea, out of the top 20 videos, 8 or 9 were Japanese made. Hentai is still at the top of the list. So if the ban is working, you gotta get rid of it for everything. And I think it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of just time out of your day that you should be focusing on making money or being happy, in my opinion.
And then kind of impossible to be absolutism, I guess, with this like a cool, like a interwoven like society with industries, and every company is kind of related to somehow Japan. It's very possible as well.
Right.
It's not only about products, it's about services. It's about what they could be some Korean companies, big clients as well. So
yeah, it's so interconnected in a globalized society. It's so hard, not to buy a product from another country or is associated with another country. For example, I love the movie The Ring, and if it's on if it's on Netflix, should I cancel my Netflix? Like, how far do you go in your boycott and your ban?
But what's important and what we have to remember here is like we are doing this protest to show our anger and then how much we are angry, and to give a kind of message, I guess, not to destroy all of the industry or all of the relationship between two countries. I guess, yeah, that's one thing that we have to remember as well. We are doing this to give our message, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, I think, from this standpoint, I hope the boycott ends soon and everyone can be friends and we can all be happy. But I don't think there's an end to it anytime soon. But, we'd love to hear your opinion on it regardless. So I think that's about it. Is there anything else you want to cover?
I think that's enough.
All right, great. All right, great, guys. Well, thanks for listening. You can follow us on Instagram. I'm MatteSsam.
I'm Kelly CO on Instagram. On Instagram, yes.
Great. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for downloading. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you next time.
I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you'd like, you could give us feedback on our Instagram accounts. I am Matt Sam, that's MatteSsam, and Kelly is at KELLY.SEO. You can also contact us for any of your English learning needs. Basically, we have our own companies registered with home tax and the Korean government, and we do a lot of one-on-one and group classes for large companies and corporations here in Korea. You can also check out my Konglish book on Reedy Books, that's RIDIBOOKS, and also my modern slang book. It's on Amazon. It's in English only. We're trying to get it translated to Korean soon, but I think it's still free if you have Kindle. Thanks for downloading, and stay tuned next week. Bye-bye.